Today we have to speak about Lucid Motors because there is some things that all Lucid shareholders need to be aware of that are going to happen very, very soon that will more than likely affect the stock's price in the short term. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor. And boom, we actually have a stock market related video coming to your faces today, all about Lucid Motors. Now, this is one we've been covering on the channel from day one, and something relatively large is about to happen, okay? And it comes down to this. I know it's not the best quality screenshot because I've had to zoom in on it. Shout out Papa for the screenshot, saving me going looking for this, but lockup agreements. A lot of you guys probably remember when the pipe lockup expired and there was a considerable sell-off with Lucid back in September, okay? I think we had like a near 10%. Yeah, look, Lucid was 10% lower in pre-market after already going down the day before because of this pipe expiration period. You see, that accounted for about 10% of ownership in Lucid. They're the guys who got to invest, you know, as the SPAC slightly before us investors did. We actually bet the pipe investors on this channel. We got in the 11s. They had to pay a little bit more. But anyway, you will see that Lucid shareholders will go into exactly what this means for us, or 180 days from when this went through, which is actually January 19th, which is coming up shortly, a couple of weeks away. And that equates to 73.7% ownership. So we're going to go into why the next couple of weeks more than likely will be quite volatile for Lucid Motors as a company. And a lot of it's going to come down to what I had at the start of the screen: Saudi Arabia, Air, a few other things too. So that's what we're going to be speaking about today, my friends. If you are an investor, make sure that this is something you're aware of. And look, I don't want to waste any time. I'm going to ask you, please, to hit that juicy like button. It really helps me out. I want to thank you all quickly for the support on the first two videos since coming back. I just want to say that, you know, I'm happy to be back, baby, bringing hopefully some quality content. But anyway, let's get into it. So I think just to understand the scale of what's happening, the pipe investors lockup period expired back there September 1st, 2021. Okay, and that was 10.3% ownership. And we saw over the span of 2 days pretty much a 15% drop in the company's price. Now, this wasn't just due to pipe investors selling off everything they own. That was not the case whatsoever. A large portion of this was because of investors like you and me selling in anticipation of a sell-off, and it creates this snowball effect. And you see this happen with pretty much every company that went public via SPAC. And not even just companies that go public via SPAC. Every company that goes public, they always have their lockup periods. I remember a big move happening with Palantir as well. A lot of people were going crazy over that one. But it does happen an awful lot of the time. And more often than not, it's the fear of this huge crash or this huge short-term dip happening that makes the crash or dip happen than anything else. A lot of the time, the pipe investors hold on to the majority of their shares. Maybe they'll lock in some profits, but they hold on an awful lot of the time. It is the fear that makes these things happen, as is the case with an awful lot of the stock market. But keep in mind, that equated for about 10.3% ownership, 10.3% stake in Lucid Group altogether. When we look at Lucid shareholders, you might wonder what that means. We'll get into that now. It explains it all right up here. That equates to 73.7% ownership. These are the pre-merger shareholders in Lucid. You will see up here, I know it's blurry, but you can just listen to me read it. The holders of shares of Class A common stock issued as consideration pursuant to the merger, any assumed Lucid equity awards, or shares of Class A common stock underlying such assumed Lucid equity awards, in each case are restricted from selling or transferring any of the securities described in classes I, whatever. Such shareholders include Air, who we will get into now, and certain other pre-merger investors in Lucid. Now, Air, if you go and look at their SEC reports, etc., you will see Air Third Investment Co. is incorporated in the state of Saudi Arabia, and anybody who's involved with Lucid Motors or has done any sort of, you know, research into Lucid Motors will know that they have very, very, very close ties with Saudi Arabia. If it wasn't for, you know, the Saudi investment trust, Trund? Don't know why my words can't come out, but you guys know what I'm saying as investors. But you will see that, yes, that's Air Third Investment Co. is incorporated in the state of Saudi Arabia. You can go ahead and again look through all their SEC forms. You can see just how much they own, the dates of it, etc., etc. You'll see Lucid shareholders here. Number of shares, 1,193,000,000. From this Form 4 that only dates back to the 23rd of the 7/21, 1 billion shares right here. So all eyes are going to be here over the next couple of weeks. Now, keep in mind, a lot of people are more than likely going to bring up the argument that, you know, if they've been invested this long, okay, they invested in the company before they were even public, without, you know, knowing 100% factually that they will ever go public. Why would they sell considerable amounts now? The exact reason is the answer is kind of in that question. Now they can sell to the public from January 19th. They're more than likely going to want to make some money off the back of all of this investment that's been going on for a long time, longer than any of us have been involved in the company. Hello guys, this is Future Jack. I'm currently editing the video. I just realized I didn't do a very good job of explaining, you know, who Air Third Investment Co actually are. I was reading through these forums and I think my head got a little bit muzzled. I'm still new to the game, remember? But it's all here in the green. Like, it explains exactly who they are, what they are. You don't need to read the whole thing. It's there if you want to. But Air is a wholly owned subsidiary of the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, the PIF. It's the Saudis. It's who everybody always speaks about when we speak about Lucid. I just wanted to throw this in there really quickly, just in case anyone was finding it difficult to go along with it, because as I was editing, I was a bit like, why didn't you just say this? Now, it's not to say that they're going to dump everything. They physically couldn't. Like, they own that much that they couldn't go sell everything if they wanted to. But let's be realistic, guys. As much as I don't want to say it, as much as anybody who's involved in Lucid Motors doesn't want to say it, more than likely there is going to be a considerable sell-off here. And that's what I want to make this video now. In the Discord, we were speaking about a while back when we hit, you know, we pretty much matched our recent all-time highs. If I just get up that stock chart again, we just go to say 6 months. Where were we? We were very high. Was it on the yearly? You have to go back to, yeah. When we got back up to those 50s, a lot of people were contemplating selling at 50, at 45 and looking to add back in. I didn't personally. I was relatively happy to hold it, but if I had have realized this information a little bit sooner, it was not in the front of my head. This was while I was on my break, essentially. I might have had to consider it a little bit harder. But anyway, we're still at $36 a share. We're still up an awful lot from where we initially bought. I do think that there could be a sell-off over the next 2 weeks down to this, both down to fear and down to some actual sales happening from Air Third Investment Co. Now, of course, it is the stock market. Things could completely surprise us. Do I plan on selling? Again, Lucid's just one of those ones where I think it's going to be one of those charts that you look at in 10 years down the line, and there's going to be huge ups and downs. I think it'll be a lot like Tesla. There's going to be huge ups and downs, but ultimately it's going to look like a very, very, very nice upward chart. So for me, not necessarily. I might trim just to secure, because I do believe it could well go down. I'll see what the next week or so does, because I don't think this is going to hit mainstream media until, you know, a week or so prior. That's usually the way these things end up going. It could end up having no issues whatsoever. It may well just, you know, cause nothing. It may well end up, you know, making no ripples in the market whatsoever. If this doesn't make it to mainstream media, if they decide not to cover it for one reason or another, a lot of people won't even realize that this is happening, and not an awful lot will happen. A lot of people look towards the pipe investors, but not towards pre-merger for whatever reason. But again, look at what happened with Palantir, with, you know, the employees who were paid out with stock, and then when they were finally able to sell it, there was that considerable sell-off. I think we could see a fairly similar thing happen here with Lucid. Again, only time's going to tell. I'd also like to point out, I'm not going to go into it, but everything that happened with the Fed yesterday, we got the Fed minutes and some talks in there of, you know, reducing the balance sheet and whatnot. That's also going to strike a little bit of fear. We saw that happen. There was a green candle when this news came out, and then it quickly turned into a red candle. So again, a lot of fear. The same story there's been for months and months in the stock market. You just got to be willing to put up with that fear if you want to hold these things long. You got to have that conviction in your own picks. But I don't think I need to drag it out, my friends. That is what is happening. Those are the dates. I will put it up on the screen for you one more time now, just so that you can see everything as the exact dates. There's not going to be any surprises going on here. Right now, it's just a matter of waiting to see what happens. And also, I'm making it, you know, quite a bit in advance. I'll probably do another update video on this, just to give you guys enough time to make your own plan. But anyway, guys, if you watch this video all the way till the end, you, my friend, are a true legend, and I truly do appreciate you being here from the bottom of my heart. Your support means the world to me. We made a full video on stocks, baby. It's not just me rambling to the camera. How's it feel? Let's get it. If you enjoyed the video, maybe you did take some value, maybe this was something you weren't aware of and you are a Lucid shareholder, please do consider hitting that like button and subscribe if you do want more content. I'm sure Lucid is a stock we're going to be covering for a very long time around here. Anyway, guys, I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. I will see you in another video very soon. Peace.